It's Sunday. We're gonna get Arty. I was about to cuss. And then my brain said, "You're online."
We've been doing a little bit of that.
A little bit of that.
A little bit of that.
Shake that off. Shake it off. We have quite a few stamps to show you.
Oh my goodness, I'm still on an old stream. I need to.
I told you that earlier. I was like, why are you... Okay. I don't know what's going on with her light. We've got overcast a little bit. You know, morning time is who's it, what's it. And as soon as she gets...
It's not...
In the meantime, you please do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. That's how we know that you are here. And we like to know that you're here so we can say hello to you. Also just like to know that you're here because, you know, then you can find some friends and chit chat about all sorts of things here in the live chat. If you do not have access to the live chat, that means that you are in a replay. Usually you can see the chat, but you can't, you know, type into it. Let us know down below that you're watching a replay because we love to know these sorts of things as well. Tom Bien.
I
don't know why I can't get your... Actually, I do know why. Hold on. If I do that a little bit, sometimes it kicks into gear. Oh,
yeah, my hat's kind of high today.
Yeah. Anyway. Hold on one second. I'm going to do something, then we'll do our little who's it, what's it.
Pick up on that, but she will.
Your hat's a little high today?
My hat's a little high.
Got the auto exposure on. I don't know. Anyway, she's just... Her darkness is exuding. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio. Oh, that was nice. A little vibrato there.
There we go.
Very proud of that.
All right, my Arty friends. Like I said, do say hello in the chat. We'll say hello to you. Let me get my participants list up. Let's say hello. Anthony Cody is here. Becky Bokern. Baruha. Carrie. Charmaine. Darlene. Devin. Rex. 4 Art. That's Yolanda. Diane. Elizabeth. Gray like Gray. Griffin Shell. That's Rhonda. Yanka. Jenny. Jennifer. Jennifer's Dog's Life. Joni. Maron. Carla. Laura. Lindsay. Lydia. Marguerite. Mark Hines. Marcia. Paula. Pinka. Ricky Normeyer. Rosemary. Kay. How did you say? Henny. Sophia's here. Silver Granny or Grumpy Gnome. That's Lynn. Star Traveler. That is Linda. SWL. That is Cheryl. Sherry. Sorry. The Shelly Studio. That is Margle. I'm just having a moment today. Forgive me. My little brain is just... And Walter. Welcome. Hi, Walter. I think I've seen you in the comments. Hello, Ann Lar. Missed you earlier. If I missed you, give me that extra pinky hello hand like Erna and Anina and Dana and Michelle with 1 L. Mark Hines, he's always
Mark,
excited.
You already got named.
He wanted extra hellos. Oh my God. So this morning, Izzy came to me. She goes, "Mommy, I'm sorry I'm being needy, but will you get me some water? Daddy's making bacon. And I don't want to bother him."
And then she proceeded to eat everybody's bacon. She brought me a piece, and here she walking upstairs. She's chewing on some in her mouth. She can't even talk. She's got the last piece in her hand, and she said, "Here." She tears off a piece and says, "Here, Gigi, this is all the bacon that's left."
That's what she did to me too.
I'm going to make turkey bacon later.
I'm not a fan of that stuff. Anyway. What's this, Mariah? There may not be.
Oh, stuff for you to take a squint at. I think
she's being cryptic. I gotta figure that out.
Yeah, our baby likes some bacon.
So, are you going to show the stamps and then I think just do that. That way we don't have to.
Yes, but I want to just get this out of the way first. Okay, so you notice what my earring.
Did y'all notice that little tiny earring?
Yeah, and it has writing on it that says, well, and no.
Hold on, y'all.
Well-behaved women seldom make history.
Yes.
And the author of that quote is Laurel Thatcher Ulrich.
It says all that on that little earring thing?
Well, there's 2 of them. I just put in one. It's just half of it.
Half of it.
Couldn't find the other half, but I know what it says. Once upon a time I had eyesight. I could read these things. But anyway, I would definitely want you to check her out. She's written some fabulous books. She's a Harvard professor, a Pulitzer Prize winner.
One of the first for women for that particular category or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't have any of her books, but I plan on buying some right away as soon as I
get off the stream and
get off
online.
the stream. Yeah. And go online and do that. But anyway, I had to tell you
Hello,
that
Nicola.
before. Now, also, I want to tell you that we're going to do, because someone mentioned this about reds. We're going to do a little red experiment here today.
Okay.
With some of the plates that I've already...
I like that because you've been kind of bringing them in sporadically.
I know. And
I think it's a good thing to maybe,
And that's why I wore my
Here's
thing.
another
And
one
I
if you
need
want
to
one
talk
of those.
about this because this is made by my friend Sandugash Salamova. She's from Kazakhstan. She was my neighbor in Anchorage.
Yeah.
And she's still there. She makes fabulous clothes. Her wedding dresses. She's on my website.
If you go over to Patricia's profile on the Facebook,
Yes.
you can find a post from
Yes.
Sunday. That's what we call her.
Sundae. Yeah, because a lot of people can't say Sandugash.
Yeah.
But anyway, she is, oh my gosh, she's so talented. She's the one that made my Peaky Blinders hat.
Trying to think.
My tweed one.
Yeah,
And she made the black one.
I have a cape. I have a purse that matches the cape. I also have this fabulous jacket that I am about to fit into.
Yeah. Okay.
Although if we keep eating junk, I'm not doing very well. But I've been eating my feelings lately. I ate Oreos. It made me feel really good. And I told Brad, I was like,
I was
love
really
Oreos.
upset because I knew they were down there, and when I went back,
I thought you grabbed the whole bag because there was a little separate bag.
No.
Who was that? I wonder if that was Castle. Or it might have been the baby. She's been sneaky eating a lot of things.
Yeah, she has been, and we haven't been monitoring her.
Really
Quite
bad parenting.
bad parenting.
Okay, top view.
Top view.
All right. Okay, and then let me see if I've missed anybody. Where's the top view?
Okay. Oh, here we have the animal farm.
It's actually Forest Friends.
Oh, Forest Friends.
Oh yes, and Mo may be here later. But she did let me know that she may or may not be, but she would be late if she is here. So.
Well, people got things to do. What day is today? Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah. Well, a lot of people, get together with their family and whatnot. We don't have to get together because we are here. And all right, so these are so deadgum cute. I just really.
These are by Paula.
I can't tell you how much I love this because you could just make a whole little book. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamps off because I think you can see them a lot better.
That's great, Marguerite.
Okay, I love the moose, by the way.
Do you? Yeah.
Moose in Alaska.
I love the owl and the little fox. There's like 3 different foxes.
The squirrel is awesome too because you could just take his tail and do things with it.
Now they come in sets, so you got to buy them at 3 at a time because we're like, all right, we're not listing all these individually, so we put them in. There's
okay,
3.
So who's together?
Okay, that's a good call. Hold on, I'm gonna go over there and call it out because I can't remember it, and you just moved them all around.
I did.
Oh,
Sorry.
Pooty poo poo. Okay, pop back in there.
I like the attitude of this squirrel here.
Yes, it does. It looks.
The
It's
horse,
a very posh,
horse looks a little sad.
kind of Eeyore-ish.
And the moose is just going.
Okay, so the just sitting fox, the sad horse, and the goose are together.
Okay, so these 3 are together.
See, I kind of had them together, and then
okay. Well, I didn't move them totally around.
We're missing one. We're missing one of the stamped pieces. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, they're all there. Sorry, you've just got them paired up, kind of weird.
Okay.
Okay. So then you've got the running fox, the sleeping fox, and the owl together. Yes.
Okay, so these 3.
Yes, and then the posh squirrel plus moose plus. Okay, and then I just called it a bird,
partridge,
but it has 4 legs. So Izzy and I were laughing about it and calling it a bird dog.
A bird dog.
Thought that was funny. Anyway, there you go. That's the sets. But they're super duper cute. And y'all have probably seen these in ATC form in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Arts Facebook group, but we just decided to go ahead and just turn them into stamps because there was going to be, breaks and things. And who's to say? We might end up doing a ATC set or whatever, but I like the stamps.
I'm going to keep the moose out because if I make it to that,
you want the moose?
Far,
she's going to moose.
I'm going to moose it.
Don't moose with me.
No, yeah.
Have the cutest video.
No, but
of the
I'm
baby
hoping to make it do some.
Hey Mo.
Tags.
Oh, okay. Yes,
tags.
You're supposed to be making some tags. Oh, that reminds me. Partners have been announced. So if you have signed up for the scrap swap or the tag swap, you need to go over there to Makers. That's the Makers and Mixed Media Art and Arts Facebook group. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there are links down below. There'll be links in the chat. You can click either place to get yourself over there, answer the questions, and we may or may not let you in, depending on how you answer those questions and whatnot. Just being honest.
Now, I want you to just really feast your eyes. Feast your eyes. I did, I think, I drooled when
Yeah, Brad's been busy.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm. You gotta hold it up into the camera, because that one's very detailed, and so are the poinsettias. Poinsettias are by Christy Hartman, and the mandalas are by Brad, our very own in-house designer, aka my husband, Brad. Look at you. This is very good. Yeah. The mandalas are fabulous. I cannot believe how detailed he got that stuff. Mm-hmm.
But okay, so what am I going to keep out now? I'm going to keep out the poinsettia.
Hey, Leslie. So happy you're here.
And I'm not going to, although I do truly love that.
Now remember,
it's just not going to work for what I want to do today.
Right. I think these mandalas are either they're going to be something that you layer as a first kind of thing, because that would be cool in the background, or you want to use it as a finishing piece.
Yes, and that is exactly what I'm thinking. And for the whole thing with the doing the tags, because they can't be any bigger than 2.5 by 3.5. I think that's what Becky said.
Yeah.
So, I'm thinking about using partials.
Yeah, I think that would be totally fine. Or create a little masterboard thing and then cut it up.
Oh, that could be something else.
That's what Darcy does.
Because you know what, I was thinking about these, and I've got to get with my tag partner Liz.
That's funny. So she had Liz as a scrap partner last month, and now she's the tag partner, which I think that's hilarious. That's awesome.
And so I got a hold of Becky, and I said, Becky, I don't want to, and I don't mind because she sends really good stuff. But I had Liz. She said, no, you didn't. I have a spreadsheet, and she's not on there. And I'm like, okay, so
spreadsheets are involved in these scrap swaps, y'all. By the way, just so you know, because there are lots of yummy things, okay, that you might want. Okay, here's 2 ways to think about it. If you cannot wait, then buy your stuff and know that you are going to be getting your points or discounts. Because coming up for, Black Friday through Cyber Monday, and we'll do an announcement when it starts, you'll get double points. So those are 2 things to kind of keep in mind to make you feel better about how you want to, purchase your next PM Artist Studio purchase. We're looking out for y'all. Yeah, there's more.
There's more.
There's individually, I think we counted it as there's 30 different new stamps individually, but then, sets, it would be kind of less, but yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to, and I'm going to try not to mix them up, Mariah.
Well, we knew that Thanksgiving was coming up, and so we had to get these out. Oh, yeah. Oh, here. And so Izzy helped name them. That's lamb kebab. Isn't that hilarious? She's like, no, it has to be lamb kebab. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not arguing with you. And then she named all of Joni's, that's Joan Miron, all of her motif stamps, and some of them are pretty hilarious. So we're gonna have to go through those. But all right, I'll let you go, and then when you need a name, I'll give you a name.
All right. Well, they're kind of overlapping, and I can't. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to show you these, and then I'm going to move them aside so I can show them because I kind of figure out.
So Christy Hartman has the lamb kebabs, and then there were the 2 poinsettias from earlier. So
okay. So those are together.
Well, they're not today. They're together. They're individual on the site. But
okay.
But they're by Christy Hartman.
All right. So lamb kebabs go over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what about feathers?
Feathers are Sophia Button. Mm-hmm.
Aren't those just?
Aren't they? And I think there was a real and again, this was not planned out by any means, but there's a real boho feel to quite a few of these. And I think, if you're into that sort of thing. So I did rename that because she called it like just circle feather or something. So Izzy and I came to an agreement that it should be boho dove feather. She really wanted split in there, but I didn't want it to be too long. So don't.
I wanted it to be boho.
Yeah, she
I wanted to work in the orifice part because of the O's. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. But I was voted out.
Yeah.
My idea was voted down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so who does this go with?
Okay, so these are all listed individually. But there's 7 of them from Joni. That's Joni.
Am I picking up the right ones here?
Yes. So the top one is called Tiki Wall. The middle one is Guinea Pig. The bottom one is a snail. The one that she just put in her hand there is the... Okay, because you don't have to hold them together. You can just show them one at a time. Okay, so I think that one is the oak leaf. Flying dove. And these were named by Izzy, y'all. Oh, and then the one at the very bottom, underneath that one. Oh, there's 2 actually. Okay, so this one's hilarious. So if you turn it, keep turning it. It's the mowing duck.
It's the what?
Mowing duck. You gotta look for it, but that's what Izzy called it. Mowing duck.
Okay, that'll take a little work.
And that's turtle flower.
That's turtle flower?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
This one doesn't belong to this group.
I think that's kind of what she was thinking, Anthony. Oh, and she had a grand old time stamping. It kind of put us behind time yesterday, but I was like, she's having a really good time. So it's just, she had ink everywhere, all over her hands, and then on the back of the stamps. And I'm just like, you are not getting how the process goes. So I'm just going to let you do your thing. Because I was trying to get her to help me stamp them onto the paper, but you have to do it in a grid-like way, which is not how her brain works.
She wanted to subject matter wise.
She just, yeah.
Create
yeah, she's doing a scene thing. I'm like, that's not what we're doing here. And then I showed her the website, and I was like, this is where I need to be with things. She still wasn't getting it. I was like, fine. Just do it. I will work it out here in a minute.
Okay. Now.
More like 2 hours later.
So we've got those.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Uh-huh. Okay. And then we have the Taino new set. So set 2 of the 3, but you can buy them individually. You just have them under one listing, kind of like we did the last set.
This, and this.
Right. And so you have the
boomerang.
The boomerang.
It wouldn't be a boomerang, though, because a boomerang would just be like that. I don't know. It's a trier tang.
No, hold on. It's the...
Is that a 6 or a 9?
Trigon.
Trigon. Yeah.
Yep. Eddie, answer the questions.
Is that a 6 or an... I'm assuming it's a 6 because here's the
Well,
face.
and then I was thinking, but it is what it is, Eddie. So if it's backwards, you have to stamp it onto tissue paper and then flip it. If that is relevant to its meaning and whatnot. But it was late at night when I had that thought. And then the fertility god. Don't be rubbing on that. Well, I mean,
No, I'm safe.
yeah. I didn't want to touch it too much.
What about this one?
Oh, that's the kukui? Kukui? How do you say it? In the frog. But kukui.
Oh, kukui, that's a monster.
No.
Kukui in...
Y'all
yes,
help me out how to say it.
It is... In the Mexican culture, a kukui is like a
No, that's something
very
else.
bad monster that comes to get you in your dreams at night.
That's something else.
Jonathan used to talk about that.
Kookaburra?
Kookaburra.
No.
No, I don't know. Eddie.
Kokui. Koki. Yes, Koki.
Koki.
Yes.
It's not a kukui. A kukui is a monster. We don't want that. Okay, very good. Now, what about these three?
Oh, I already told you that, but it's Tiki Wall, Guinea Pig, and Snail. And then we have Darcy's grunge stamps in 2 different sizes.
I like this grunge. I'm working on this snail here.
Hey, you gotta talk to the baby about that. It's like the ones that, it's the long ones.
Okay. I like the sleepy guinea pig. And of course I love these things.
Yes.
You know that I do.
Yeah.
I love those a lot. All right. Wow.
I know.
Now
That's
you
a lot.
see why I get a little bit overwhelmed here. And the problem is I put these away and then I forget about them. And what I need to start doing is I need to start keeping these things in a little book that I can thumb through and say, oh, I want that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we should create just a
little,
maybe we can do that tomorrow, because I don't really, there's still stuff to do on my zine thing, but I'm over it.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm not feeling inspired by it, and I don't love it, but I don't hate it, but I don't.
But I was thinking something like, get those pages that we put our ATCs in.
Yeah.
But you'd have to have different ones because some of the bigger stamps are not going to fit in there. I mean, the pictures of the stamps.
Yeah.
That's not my métier. God knows.
Or maybe I plan that for a upcoming Monday, and I get it prepped, so I have all the, we have the things cut out ready, because that's not going to be very much fun to watch.
Yeah, that's.
We can just chit chat. Y'all let us know. Inventory book of stamps. Yes.
Inventory. Yeah.
Silver Granny uses one.
Something like Carrie did with the.
Yes, like how Carrie does with his
stencils. But not have the stamp in there, just the picture of it.
Right.
And then reference where it is in your.
Hi, Celia.
All right, Mariah, I'm going to have you come get these and tote them over to the tray so that I can use this space for my. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite the process yesterday when I was.
Oh, she wasn't. Usually we have conversations, but she wasn't conversating with me because she was busy in front of the. Yeah, Izzy did get stuff all over those stamps. I've got
Did you see them on the back and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I'm wearing it. Bless her heart.
Lynn had to start one so she wasn't purchasing duplicates. So that's practical. That's that's why people do things.
Okay, so I'm sitting downstairs. I've been reading to the boys as they do their. Yeah, I'm getting them noted up.
Well, and Brad was like, "Do you think that that's gonna slow them down?" I said, "No, it's probably gonna speed them up."
But they have. I probably read to them about 25 minutes, maybe.
Oh, it wasn't too long. Maybe an hour with conversation and everything.
In between. Yeah, it wasn't a full on.
No.
Whatever. But
Hi,
you can see when they're glazing over that it's yeah. So yeah. And plus, I was losing my voice. Anyway.
And you were hungry.
And I was hungry, and getting a little grumpy, and that's not a good thing to do with teenagers because they say stupid.
Yeah, they do say stupid things. We love them, but God bless them.
And the stuff that they watch is just absolutely.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, just save me. Oh, I've got a new note up here. I don't know where that came from. All right.
You're getting new notes.
New notes. All right. So some of this is from our Sgraffito. So I don't know that I want to do it on that one. Okay, I do.
Okay.
All right. So I told you the alizarin You can see it. The alizarin crimson hue. And then we've got phthalo red. It's heavy body.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got pyrrole. And this, see how I've got fluid underlined there? Because I opened that up and just about dumped the whole thing out on them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I'm guessing it's heavy body because I don't feel squishy there.
So remember, the reason that we don't know exactly is because the number one put labels over some of the important information on these, and we got it through the Golden Seconds program. So sometimes the labeling is a little bit different than like what it would be like if you were purchasing it, which is just FYI.
Everybody got that. All right. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 3-part ombre here. Red, white, red. But I'm going to use the different colors of red.
Okay, let me pause for just a second.
Okay.
Just want to say hello to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. You little, like it down below because that helps us. We are actually moving forward, which is wonderful. Very excited. So thank y'all for all your help in sharing and doing all the things. It's working.
Yeah, because we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Had a little uptick.
We did.
That's great.
So keep in mind what is on the plate right now was from the other day when P was doing the Sgraffito business, utilizing the little swishy tools and whatnot.
And see, this is that foam stuff.
If you're looking for these tools, somebody did ask about them, and it took me a minute to actually find them. You have to look under kids foam brushes or some. I think was the search terms. Actually, I can send it to you because I have it here because I did look for it.
But if you've got some of this foam and you get some heavy duty cardboard or even cut out, I saved the lids.
Yeah, it's like the fun foam stuck to a brush thing. Yeah. Now, I don't know if the fun foam comes that thick.
I have some.
Is it the same? Is it the same as the piece? See, that's thinner over there, but you can probably get thicker pieces.
Or you could glue those two together.
Or you could glue them together.
Sandwich them.
Anyway, there we go. We're solving problems for y'all.
Yeah, that's what I do. From way back. Okay, so.
Sometimes I create them first.
All right.
Okay. Is that it? I'll leave you alone.
Okay. That's what you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Okay. So it's in the shop.
No, I did not add it, but I will. I'll do that while she's doing the thing.
Well, that would be really good.
Yeah, I would. Look at us doing things like, trying to make, some little money on the side.
All right, there's a little dollop of titanium white, heavy body. And it's not open. I do have titanium white in open. Somewhere. Don't know. It's in the... And the thing about the alizarin, I was cleaning out my drawer, and my little drawer that I have all these in really does not necessarily accommodate all of my paints. I can't open it all up all the way or they'll all fall out on the floor, right? Mm-hmm. So this was hidden at the very back. And I was very happy to locate it. Because it's different. Okay, so it's kind of in between. Can you see?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like a kid's paintbrushes is what it's called.
Don't want to contaminate my next.
But it's now in, I put it under the jelly printing business in our Amazon shop.
And the reason I want the viscosity to be similar here. Now, this is definitely heavy body. Look.
Yeah.
That is kind of in between. So I'm not, I don't have a runny one along with a heavy body, and because that's going to alter your results. Just saying. And get rid of that stuff because that can cause you a lot of grief.
Okay, so they're saying like to glue the foam, like if you are building your own out of the fun foam business, the Alene tacky is. I was wondering. I'm like, why is Alene so tacky? What makes her such a? And then Eddie says, why is Aileen so tacky? And I think he meant it like the way I was, because I'm like, who is Aileen and why is she so tacky? Anyway, that's fun. But that's the
one
glue.
person's tacky is another one's chic.
I know that's right.
That would be me.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bertha.
Yeah, the biggin.
Biggin. Here we go.
Look at that ombre.
Hot diggity.
Only like Bertha can do. Come on, Eileen.
And we got enough down there that we're going to use that as a pull layer.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty jazzed about that, y'all. I got almost exactly the right amount of paint out there. That doesn't happen often. I want that everyone to mark that in a time.
Yeah, please. Like you do with orifices.
Orifices.
This is a, what are we calling this moment?
This is a perfect paint moment.
Perfect paint moment. Perfectly ombre'd.
Now, this is the alizarin. This is the pyrrole. Naphthol. Naphthol red.
Just
the other one was pyrrole.
Just add a little funny. Do you want to hear the funny?
I want to hear it.
Okay. Because Aileen wears culottes and espadrilles.
I don't know.
Poor Aileen. I don't know about
I think those go together.
It depends. How well did she put it together and did she accessorize it right?
Exactly. Did she wear a hat with a flower on the side?
Uh-huh.
And
I do love some culottes.
Oh, I do too. Now, jumpsuits?
No. Ridiculous. Don't go out in public.
No.
Anything you have to basically take all of your clothes off to go to the bathroom is ridiculous.
You know, they should have a catheter that comes along with those clothes. I mean, seriously.
Or a diaper, I suppose.
It's just not right. Okay, I'm trying to give
Hello, Dorothea.
Bertha another little. I don't think it quite, but look at that wonderful brayer off that I've got to work with now.
And I know I've missed some other people. I do apologize. Hello, Michelle.
1 L or 2?
Michelle Wynn. I think we got 3 Michelles here today.
Wow.
I know.
We differentiated them with the L's, but now that's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
That's not going to work. All right.
Mm-mm.
Now, y'all like that, right?
Yes. That's a good one.
I know, isn't it? So now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you and demonstrate, and I don't know how it's going to work exactly, if it is going to work, but we're going to bring in phthalo blue. I really would like to have the red shade, but I don't have any in that, in this viscosity. So we're just going to go with this. All right. And I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, well, it's kind of like that red. It's a little bit in-betweeny. You know,
undecided.
In-betweeny.
In-betweeny. Undecided.
Undecided. Okay, we're still going to go with the naphthol because the other is fluid, and I
Bye,
don't.
Walter. Thanks for hanging.
We're going to get well, I think this is kind of good stuff. I don't know.
And thumbsy upsies for those of y'all that have come in. You know, it's a little boop to the boop down there, you know.
All right, so instead of white this time, what we're going to use is we're going to use blue down here in the white position. I know. Just very proud of this.
Yeah,
I just thought this up this morning as I was trying to find things. Now, see, that's a little bit soupier than
you need to come in so we could, well, see it on the knife whenever you did that, but yeah.
A little soupier. See, it's got a bit of a string to it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the semi-hard boil stage of candy. When you're cooking.
When you're making candy. For those of you
I did make
candy
candy once. It was my project in home ec.
Just when you say that, I'm just like, I don't know who that person is.
No, I'm not.
No, I know.
I got it out of my system early on.
Yeah. You're like,
but I made divinity. I made all kinds of fudges, and I made some.
Is that when Bob said that he got fat?
No, that was the summer that my mom. Okay, my mom worked, and I'm pretty sure this was in high school. This is the same summer that all the relatives came from California, and I made over 100 meatballs and vats of spaghetti. And they all thought that was the most remarkable thing. And garlic bread and salad. And we had, I think, maybe 25, 30 people.
Simple country folk.
And they were really amazed. Hey, and listen, you know what I had for dessert? It was a tri-layer, and I'd split those layers, so I had 6.
Wow.
And it was German chocolate cake frosting in between.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you gain, half a pound just looking at it.
Uh-huh. Oh, hey, Deb. Oh, it's her birthday weekend. Well, wonderful. Happy birthday. Hey, Sandy. I posted on your question regarding the Yasutomo. Remember, we did the 8 comparisons.
Oh, gosh, yes.
On the gel plate. Now, I did tell her, I think the size of the paper does matter. The bigger the sheet, obviously, the more stress you're going to put on it.
Remember,
so those thinner sheets.
I didn't use any. I didn't even use an 8 by 10.
So they all came off real nice. So I don't know that was like a full-on exploration of its abilities. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right. Now, what I want to point out here, and I can do this better once this dries and I pull it off here.
Yeah.
And I apologize. I know that thing's right in the middle there.
It got dark in the middle.
It did. It got very dark in the middle. And the thing is I had used a little less blue, it would have gone way more transparent. Mm-hmm. So I overdid my blue.
Yeah.
But you can see what happens here with the purple and how this down here is almost black.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what happens when you put that.
It deepens it.
That tomato red as opposed to the alizarin, which is more of a blue red.
Yeah.
All right, are we having fun?
Oh, and a happy birthday to Sue.
Okay, so here we go, and I've got all this stuff out here, and I don't want to use any of these colors that I've got out here on this. All right, so I want to talk about this. Remember, we've got our stencil down over the top of it, and you can see it. I can't. Which stencil is that, Mariah? Is that mine?
Yes.
The circle one.
Peace circles, rings of madness.
Yes, rings of madness. All right, so here's what I want to do. I take that back. I'm going to use blue, but I'm going to use a light blue.
Oh, I like that.
And I'm doing that
which one I want.
Because I want to emphasize the colors that are already on here, and I'm doing that with an opaque, light colored paint that I know is going to work well with, and hopefully I can find it. There it is. It's probably going to make the green a little less slimy.
Yeah.
But it's going to...
I doubt it's actually going to do that much.
I don't think it is going to do that much. That is my prediction. I could be wrong.
I agree with the prediction.
Okay. Oh, no. What have I got?
Oh, no.
Okay. See what's happening here?
Yes. On the roll.
I've got to work at getting that.
I think I made the camera a little further back than it normally is. So, you got to come in.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, holy cow. You got to tell me these kinds of things, Mariah.
I know you've been...
I just get used to it in one place, and then you go and...
Well, and then Monday happens, and I got to move it over here, and then I got to move it over there.
Yeah, move it back.
Hi, Trish.
Hi, Trish. Hi, Eve. Evie? Everybody?
Trish, it really depends. She wants to know how long does it take for international to get there. Did you send it with tracking or not? The funny thing is that if it's a package that you can just send like with regular postage, it usually makes it there fairly quickly, like within a week or so. Again, that's dependent on like which country, where, how far, like kind of out in the country, because I've noticed that depends, like, especially like in Australia and in the UK.
Oh yeah, if you're going to the outback,
yeah, seriously,
you just add another 3 or 4 weeks,
and it's kind of crazy, and it gets expensive. But if it's just regular post, it usually gets there pretty quick. I say usually. It can take up to 2 weeks though.
I had to remove a little paint there. Sorry that I wasn't on camera, but I didn't want it to fall off.
And Moses, yeah, see, over a month. It depends on the package size. If it's just a little envelope or whatever, they move pretty quickly. If it's a package and it goes through customs, who knows? Oh, and to New Zealand, yeah. So there are different parts. It moves a little faster here and there. But if it has to go through customs, but the crazy thing about New Zealand is a lot of times it has to go through Tokyo first. I've learned all these things in the last couple of years. The routes. And then sometimes they'll get held up in different areas.
Yeah, snag in the works.
Yeah, exactly, Mo. Takes a while. It does.
Once it leaves the house, it's out of our control.
It is, and it's very frustrating.
And it is very frustrating. It's frustrating for us because we like to get things to you in a timely manner.
Yes. Hello, Kim.
All right, let's check it out.
I love that.
See, it really worked. It worked like I thought it was going to, and I can't always predict that because you can see there's more blue on there than I thought there was. I thought those spaces were more open.
Yeah, and even on the green part, it bumped it up.
It did. And it didn't, it still is lime. It's just a little more
subdued.
Towards the blue end of lime rather than the yellow end of lime.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty jazzed about that. I think those were good ones to use together. All right, let's pull something here. Oh, here's one of the.
Oh, Patty, you can always post them at any point in time, even if it's past ones.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah. Just let people know which one, so that way they're not.
Yeah. Liz and I are getting pretty tight. We've had contact for over 2 months now of a very intimate sort.
That is
male-wise.
Yes.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
We're internet intimate.
Internet intimate, yeah.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
intimate?
Yeah, I have a hard time with E's and I's.
I do too.
Like entertainment, I have to think about it before I write it.
You really want that one to be an I.
You really, yeah, I want it to be.
I want it to be. I want it to enter my soul and tame me.
I used to have this dictionary where I would do a little tally mark every time I looked up a word.
I have that dictionary.
Do you really? Does it have little marks in it on how many?
Oh, in little flags and stuff?
Yes.
With the cover. You want me to bring it? I know where it's at.
No, I don't know.
Well, we'll do that for a Thursday thought.
Anyway, if I looked up a word, I mean, some of them I had. It was pretty heavy. And I just, if it's not a word that you don't use all the time, you don't remember. And a lot of times it was as much spelling as it was.
Yes. Like I know the word.
I know the word, but I don't know how to spell it.
And I'll tell you, this is one beautiful thing about the Google "Did you mean?" And I'll be like, yes, thank you, Google. I did mean that, and I didn't know that was. I also have like A's and E's. Like if it's like a ENAN.
Oh yes.
Thing sometimes.
Independence and independence.
Oh yes,
yeah.
ENCs and ANC.
Yes.
ENT.
And I think, the whole thing with the computer correcting everything has made us lazy. And we don't rely on our brains. We rely on somebody else to make our...
I don't think it's lazy. I call it more efficient.
Ah, well, that's one thing. But, you know, if you're trying to write something in longhand...
I don't do that either. I type things out.
Oh, that's a really nice one.
Oh, hi, Julie Parker. Sorry you can't sleep, but we're happy you're here.
Yeah.
And those of you that have come in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies. That's the little, you know, down below there. And then share with your friends because it's working. And we very much appreciate y'all's involvement in building this channel, community, and the love.
Obviously sending out
into the universe.
Into the World Wide Web information on PM Artist Studio.
Get intimate with your internet. Oh, that's cool.
All right. Now you saw what was down there. You saw puzzle, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know that puzzle's necessarily coming through really strong, but you can see it a little bit. Like,
well, and I think...
Can you see it right here?
As that paint soaks in, we know sometimes certain things will...
So it may be more...
Hi, Lee.
It may be more present. Also, it may be more present when we pull it because you're looking at it through a gel plate.
Hi, Leela.
And that isn't always the... Oh, looky, here we have a...
I'm pulling that, yeah. Hey, Gina.
And my gel plates are all back to normal. I think they just got a bit hot.
I do too. I love that too, Jocelyn.
It's very watery looking, right? We might put something on that. Something else on that. I don't know. May have.
Bye, Yonka. Thanks for hanging.
Okay, here's another one. What was that? Yeah, that was the remember I was using the Haynes Gray in golden open.
Yes. I love that together.
I think isn't that just very cool?
And it's interesting that like
I don't know what that
in this color combo, it really made the just little stacked parts more noticeable versus like making it basket like you really focus in on the
the chain effect rather than the basket effect. Yeah, because let me get this other one over here. I mean, you know, this is the same implement, and look how you can get totally different feels to those depending on, you know. Yeah, there's a lot more variety here, and this is much more pattern, whereas this is more of a texture.
Well, and it connected those, and that's why.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Why didn't it do that on the other one? Hello, Rose.
That's a very good question, Mariah. It's not one that I can answer.
Yeah. I think it was heavier because that was your first one.
Ah, yes, because look, you can tell down here. Let's see, we've got some more of those. That particular. Oh, yeah, I can tell by. And I think that's it for
Well, she is Queen of the Nerd. Now that would have been hilarious if it would have auto-corrected into Queen of the Nerd.
Oh, this is a very sticky one. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. This is that one plate that, like...
Well, and so this is one of our this is one of the ones that you cut. So it's one of the older 12 by 12s. And see what's happening there? That's interesting. But it's actually pulling it up. And, I mean, I'm really tugging at this.
Yeah. This one plate is got. Look at that. Was peeling off there.
Very interesting. Okay, now part of it is this is a fluid acrylic on top to pull it up.
Plus, those are little bubble dip areas.
Probably little bubble dip areas, you know. I can, but I think they're really cool, and I'm not going to pull these off because I think depending. Look at them; they look like little bees.
They do. That one's kind of
One's got sunglasses on. Look at that. And this is a fat rabbit.
It is a fat rabbit.
And here's a pooping bee.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
Mm-hmm.
Highly entertaining.
Highly.
Okay, I think we've got everything pulled that we possibly could. I don't think I have any big ones.
All right, now what?
I don't know. Have something on these? Not there. Ah, we do. Look at this.
Oh.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. I think you need to use the light phthalo blue.
You think?
Or silver.
How about lime green?
No. I'm a no on that because you will ruin the purple.
Ruin the purple. Okay, she's absolutely right. All right, I've got to, just a sec here. I need to get rid of these because I can't have this.
Or something pinky would be good too.
Oh, pink.
Like a lighter pink. I think you need to stay in the pastels if you really want to enhance what is already there.
Stinky pink?
Yeah, go stinky pink. That'll be fun.
Okay, I'm putting that back up there.
Get plenty of it out there. Because it rolls out. Pretty.
Yeah, it does. It gets thin fast. And I'm turning my brayer off so I can look at that. It's not looking good.
That's looking very good. And I think the stinky pink will be a good addition to that.
That'd be a very good addition to that. Make purple.
Yeah, I think the silver metallic would also be a great call just because it's great contrast. And what's really cool is like okay, so a couple things to remember. When you are pulling a print, this is like 2 layers. So, you know, the silver or a metallic would be the 3rd layer. You need to go heavy, move quickly, and get your paper down.
I'm a little...
Because those metallics, and stinky pink is kind of, that's why I said you need to get a lot of paint out there because it thins out very quickly. And when we're pulling multiple layers, you need a little more paint than you probably anticipate.
And you need to make sure you've worked it into all of the...
when it's dry like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and get it into all the areas because you need it to cover in, or, you know, absorb into all around so it will pull up.
And I'm kind of going over a little bit so that I can make sure.
Yeah.
Because those edges are where I always lose it. Okay, that's probably enough of that.
Yes. And you probably could have used one more squirt, but you know, I just want to put that out there as information, not judgment.
Absolutely. Information, not judgment.
Right.
Sometimes it can be both.
Yeah, sometimes it can be both.
It is okay. I can take it.
Yeah. That's what I like about you.
I can. I don't take things personally.
That's not true either.
Oh, that's not true. It depends on. You know.
Gotta gauge the moment.
Yeah.
Timing.
And you know.
Bye, Anthony.
Bye, Anthony. Hey, Anthony, Oh, is he already gone?
Why are you always trying to talk to him when he's leaving?
I know. Anthony, get back here for just a moment. I want to talk to you about, look at how good that looks.
Anthony, would you reach out to her via the, lightning bolt, which is the Facebook Messenger? She really needs to chit chat with you.
I do.
There we go.
All right. Is that living up to everyone's expectations?
Yes. That makes me very happy. Like super happy, actually.
I'm just not sure that I'm...
You didn't love it as much as I love it?
I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to.
Well, the blue would have made it a little more zingy. I think more contrast. That subdued it. There was less contrast.
And I think it didn't do to the purple what I wanted it to do.
Right. It wasn't contrasting enough to the purple.
It wasn't. Now, someone asked me what.
Okay, hey, all right. So this is one of the reasons that, like, my suggestion, my mind kind of went to the light phthalo blue because it is more in that pastel range of things. So anything that has more white base to it is going, especially like when it's your pole color and your background. That's why we say with the whites and the whatever, because it gives you the most punch to the colors that are already down there.
True. And amplifies the colors that are there. It's opaque, so it's reflective of that color and doesn't dilute or do anything else.
And that's the other thing, like with a silver, it would have done that because it gives that reflection, kind of gives it more dimension. What happened with the Stinky Pink, which is the Opera Rose, Winsor Newton Opera Rose, is that it is very transparent.
It's totally transparent, and I think that we weren't getting enough
pastel oomph.
Yeah, it really needed to be opaque. That's the whole thing. If I'd added white to this,
then you would have Piggy Pink. I would have been very happy about that too.
Yeah,
love some Piggy Pink. There's another way to call it too.
Okay, and you know what I can do to that extent, because that's number one, it's expensive paint, the golden whatever. I can make this color of pink using white and my rose.
Yeah.
Permanent rose. Yeah, that's shoulda, woulda, coulda. Yeah, you know about it. Shoulda,
but that's why we're here to test these things out and let y'all know things.
So that you don't have to do that and make a big mistake. And I don't know why that sucker's not fitting down into a slot. I don't know. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about this because somebody actually asked me about these. What do you do with them? Well, I have a whole bunch of them, but what I've been doing is handing them to Mariah, and she's putting them over there into the giveaway box. They make absolutely fabulous additions to your collages, and this paper stamps nicely if you do it on the toothy side rather than the slicky side.
Yeah, the less waxy side.
The less, yes. And you can feel the difference. And I can print using these. It's just that I don't necessarily. What I do love about this is when you remember my crinkle up where you.
I have figured out we are not super collagers.
We're not super collagers. I have what I call.
We are super material makers.
We are, and I do have collages. I have 3 or 4 in the works. It sometimes takes me a long time to finish a collage.
You individually could supply a handful of collagers with material.
Ample material. If you're feeling, materialless, you can just get a hold of me and I'll hook you up. Just send me the stamps on the envelope.
Piles around here. Piles.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go, Mariah. I think we need to add this to the.
And I'd love to turn them into packets to put in the shop. It is not conducive to our
process.
Well, yeah, we just don't have time. It would be because it's very time consuming to list those things.
All right. Now.
Hello, April.
What's my time limit here?
You got 1 hour.
I've got an hour.
Look at that.
All right. I'm thinking that we can do that. What I want to do here.
I felt you said that. Look at that. Did I answer about the time that you messaged me? And I just saw that, Eddie. You wanted to know, what is the Stinky Pink? The actual name.
Oh.
I felt it through the internet.
Yeah. Your vibes are reaching out. Okay.
Hi, Dana.
So here's what I want to do. I want to get some kind of mucky backgrounds a little bit so that I can stamp upon them. And I really wanted to have some of those prepared for you, and I don't. But I don't think that's going to be a problem because I'm going to use fluid acrylic. That's going to dry like this, and then we can stamp on it. Because I'm going to do it and pull it.
This is one of the things that, we need to create a This is why I wish we had more journal maker people in makers. But like they usually stick to the journal maker groups.
Yeah.
Because some of them really don't get into, they don't want to deal with the paint. They don't, like they're paper crafters.
Yeah.
Like they make the journals. They want to put the books together. They don't like having all the paint and dealing with the gel plate and all that business. We need to buddy up with those folks. So that way we can continue with the things that we like doing. It's a buddy system and then just ship it off. Because remember, it was great when Lisa, now she started doing her own damn jelly printing. And that was sort of disconcerting at times because I'm like, do you want some prints? She would take them. It was
no,
great.
I got
and then
that
but then she would make them into something absolutely beautiful.
Yes. And we love
need that.
sending her things.
And see, Darcy does her. See, Darcy's she does the full process. She makes her own papers and posts it. She does the whole thing. She's the whole package. Eddie's kind of that way too. But see, we
have other people that
I know, but
are.
we need the journal makers that do not want to do the mixed media. We need a reach out program.
Outreach.
There we go. That's the one.
Yeah. Outreach. All right. So here's what I'm thinking about. I'll get my stamp.
Jocelyn's okay.
Because Mariah keeps telling me, she says, you need to talk about why you do things. God dang, look at that. Izzy, I swear.
Oh, well, no, that's just the stuff that's on there so I can photograph it. That wasn't Izzy's fault.
Oh, okay.
If it's black ink, it's her fault. Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking mainly I'm going to use.
Of course, Julie.
Use black and red.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hey, if you guys are journal makers and you want papers, you let me know. Email. My email is going to be here.
I have thousands.
Yeah, like it's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot. All right, I'm just cleaning these up a little bit because
see, Darcy can't even even though she makes the journal, she can't do it fast enough. Like to keep up because usually like y'all know that are here,
once you
the papers are like
oh my gosh, it's it's seductive. But I think also to be perfectly honest, the reason I am still interested in gel printing is because I still have surprises to discover. And I've been doing it for almost 4 years now.
Yeah.
That gel plate is a fickle mistress. What you did one day
may not work the next.
Next. And I think that is what keeps me interested. It's what keeps it fresh. And I know sometimes it may seem like I'm doing some of the same things, but there's always a little bit of a little bit different way of looking at it or and I really needed to not do that and just use my tape, but I thought I could, see those little pieces that are coming off there? Yeah.
We do. So, those, because that's not us, that is actually, so we do have those assorted packs and, I guess I could make a separate thing. That is true.
What?
But I don't change the listing. Like you just get what you get.
Oh, on the.
Yeah. But those are put together by our friend Susan Gantz. And she has a variety. Like ours are just going to be gel prints for the most part.
But hers are all kinds of things.
Kinds of things.
I mean, she
they are super variety packs. Yeah.
Does stuff that we don't do, like those cyana type things and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing Fran's method of just hope I've got, nice. All right, so I'm just gonna pull a plain sheet here.
Yeah, I mean we could do the mystery bundle of just gel prints. I'm okay with that. But Susan Gantz's papers are more interesting than just gel prints. That's all I'm saying about that. She has good stuff.
She does. I've got some of her good stuff over here.
A separate listing, one listing, mystery bundle. Okay. I think I might do that. Because we can't even keep up, and a lot of times she actually does special ones just for the packets. But we have stacks around here that are just, it would help, I think. And then you could kind of put those together, just stacks.
Well, a lot of them go into the little things that go out to y'all, the little freebie thing.
Well, yes, but usually what you do with those, because those are little extra, you get really intricate with those.
I do.
I'm trying to say. But if you kind of gathered up just ones that I think would be fun for people to play with, even on their gel plate, or be able to be simple enough to build journals and whatever out of. You know?
A lot of those would be the tissue paper.
Yeah.
Because, well, and number one, those are fun. No, look,
Okay. I like this.
Check this out. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that great? All right, now let's see what we have here. Maybe a little dark.
Oh, okay, Jean. That's a very good question. Okay, so the key to layering on the gel plate really comes down to drying time in between. Different paints dry faster than others, and that's why it's important to know that and to understand the paints that you have and in the area that you live in, and because there are many factors to that.
Humidity is a huge thing. I can tell you the days here when we have a hot wind and the days when we have rain, lots of rain, and the difference. Now, I want to point this out. You know, it's really something that you can't necessarily control, and I'm going to try another thing here. On here to just show. I love the little splotches because remember I'm making tags.
I think we need to have an in-depth conversation though, because this is a good prompting of, like, you know, this question and what does it mean. And I know every once in a while we do go into this, but it's really good to kind of come back around at it and think about, you know, what are the different ways of layering. Like right now, Paige, because she's thinking about what she's going to do with this print.
Yeah.
Well, that's paint that's already down on a piece of paper.
Yeah. And a reason I don't want to use a stencil right now is because I want to use these stamps.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my pattern, my texture is going to be. So yeah. I'm not interested in making and I could, but I want to show you something to do. Okay, you all see this. I want you to look at this very closely.
I'm with you, Paula. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody knows what that looks like. Now I'm going to grab my airbrush medium added to titanium white, and I mean there's a lot. Okay, can you hear the balls rocking and rolling? You don't stop shaking till you hear that sound, because otherwise you're not going to be real happy. All right, let me get this lined up here. The reason I put that paper underneath is because on my gel plates that are bigger than my paper, it's just a nice guideline.
Okay.
It's not.
So, I want to keep on to this whole layering thing.
Okay.
One of the other key points to layering, and why like this titanium white, because it is a more transparent white than what a typical white would be.
Because here it is, and it's you know, this is the new bottle.
That's the old bottle with the airbrush medium.
And this has a lot of stuff kind of gooed over the
label.
Yeah. So it is. And can you hear the difference?
So why I mention its transparency, the importance of that is that's kind of one thing to think about when you are layering, whether it's either on the plate or to the paper, you know, to the previous painted paper.
Yeah.
Because transparency is going to create more interesting layers. And you, especially when you are starting out, you're going to have more success or feel more successful. Because if you are using just opaque paints, you're going to blob out a lot of things. Things get totally obliterated because you know, you're moving. You're going
to be sad.
Yeah, you're going to move quickly, or, you know, depending on the paints and the dry times and all of that. But it allows you more success to then understand what those layers mean. if you're layering on the gel plate and you want crisp images, like when you're using your stencils or stamps or anything like that, any image that you're putting on the plate, let it dry. Let them dry in between layers. You're less, like if you're layering onto a piece of paper, the drying in between is less of an issue, typically. But again, if you're using more open paints and things of that nature, you gotta watch out for that. Because if it's wet, it's gonna move. And then it's gonna mix.
I've never really done this before, but I just suddenly thought, this is a good time to do this.
So I hope that that's kind of a more in-depth explanation of thinking about that layering process.
And I think probably we're going to see what it looks like when I pull it up here. One of the things that is happening using the airbrush medium is because it's really diluting the white, making it
even more transparent than it was.
Even more transparent. Okay, look at this.
And she loves this.
Look at this.
So funny with this business.
I just absolutely,
I
absolutely freaking love it. It's what I want to happen. And I'm so excited when it does happen, because it doesn't always happen.
Right.
You can't.
Oh, thanks, Yolanda. We're working on that, because I know, and I'm trying to hop onto those opportunities when it makes sense during the stream. Somebody asks something, we need to address it.
Absolutely, and I don't mind that. Y'all just,
even though she's in her little happy, splish splash zone now.
Look at that.
Look fabulous. It's foamy. It's frothy.
Frothy. I love it.
She likes it when it's frothy.
I like the froth. That's absolutely wonderful. Now I'm going over here.
How you feeling today?
I'm so excited about this. And now we're going to go back to
yes.
So now I need to think about this in terms of, is this, and I'm going to let this dry, of course, is this light enough? Because I just feel like it's snowstormy.
Yes.
It looks very atmospheric.
Oh, it's that. This is like Texas snow, because it's sort of wet. And
yeah, and usually it's moving horizontally. We don't have vertical snow
it doesn't come down like this. It goes like this.
And there's always a little blob. It's usually ice storm, not snow.
Yeah.
If
it's ice pellets.
Falls on you, it hurts because it's pointed.
It may stack up, but it just becomes sheets of ice. That's Texas.
All right. So now I want you to think about, this, the poinsettia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm needing help here. I'm struggling with my background color, because I know I want to use these stamps,
mm-hmm.
and I want it to be somewhat festive, but I don't want it to be garishly festive.
Not cutesy festive.
Not cutesy.
Fancy festive.
I want it to be, fancy, elegant. Oh, Mariah.
You want...
You're so wonderful. I could just reach across and kiss you. My gosh, you are so brilliant. You're so brilliant. Yeah. Okay.
I want y'all to mark the time on that.
I want...
Orifices.
Make a, what do you call those quickies? The
quickies.
Quickies.
What are you talking about?
The twitters. The fast ones.
What are you?
The little bitty. They last. Doot. Gone.
On what?
Instant something.
I know, but for what? I didn't miss. I missed the first part of where we're at with what we're.
That you want to put it onto that format.
Oh, like the reels and the shorts.
Yeah, and can you read this, Mariah? Because it's very small, and I taped it up there. I don't know what in the hell I was thinking when I did that.
Seek first to understand, and then to be understood. Fortune cookie knowledge, y'all. She taped it up there. She can't read it.
I can't read it. It's too small.
It's at the right. It's at the right distance for me.
Halfway across the room.
Yeah, over here. It's good.
Okay.
And large enough that I can still do that.
All right. So we've already got some schmooshy stuff.
Thank you. Thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Eddie.
On here.
Shorts. They're yelling, shorts. Shorts.
There. Yes. That's it. My God.
Good stuff. Good stuff, y'all. Y'all are helping us out.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shorts. You got to short that.
Okay, what did you say which gold that was?
I didn't say what that was. Here it is.
She knew I was going to ask. That's hilarious. Okay, so we've got the Deco Art Dazzling Metallics, and this is Rich Espresso. She likes this one a lot.
I do. I do really like it because it's really, you know, it's still elegant and wonderful, but it's not in your face kind of.
Yeah, we're thinking Victorian Christmas.
Yeah, it looks like it's been in the drawer for a while.
Yeah. Hey, Kathy. Welcome, welcome. And thank you to all of y'all that have come in. Do say hello in the chat and give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. If you're watching on replay, that's no problemo. Please just let us know down below in the comments. And then also give those thumbsy upsies.
I do. And I go back. Like this morning, I went back and I found a few more.
Oh, she was chuckling, yeah. About Eddie being a blanket hoarder. And we're totally, like, I can't even tell you how many flipping blankets. It's ridiculous. And pillows and just, you know, decorative things and ottomans and, you know, we could really, like, a small hotel we could furnish.
I'm really wanting you to get that stuff off of my ottoman. I tried to sit down there with Izzy the other day and read my book along with her. You know, she wants somebody.
Oh, you mean the printer?
Yeah.
It's becoming storage for the office. Okay.
Any flat surface around here is
well, now that it's cooling off, I can put that out in the garage.
Ah.
I was just worried about because plastics
it's got
don't
plastic
love heat.
parts. Yeah. All right, now check that out. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
All right, we're not done with that. Just not quite yet. We're going to atmospherize it.
Atmospherize it.
Now we don't have to shake that long because we've already got it, you know, pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to grab some more of this. Let's put a little of this stuff out here. I don't know what this will do. This is the gloss glazing liquid. So that we can make it even more transparency. Because we want to just create that filmy, foamy.
It sounds so like a real professional artist when you say transparency.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all get that? Transparency. More transparent. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this. And I'm just going to, you know, give it a moment there to kind of cellularize and do its thing. And is it doing it? Yeah, it is. Can you see it?
Yes. It's separating.
Separating out.
Oh, yes. This one was the Rich Espresso, was the Deco Arts Metallic one. That was the color, yes. Yes, all the technical terms. That's what we bring to the table here. Hey, Anne.
Funky matter there. Now, you do have to be aware that this clear stuff that you put down.
We do have some videos on, we've never done it on a live stream because printing on fabric is a tricky little situation.
Oh, and it requires many people to be involved.
And it just is not conducive to, like,
and it's hard to get it on camera because you're hither and yon.
Somebody has to actually kind of move around. It requires 3 of us to get the whole process. But I think if you wanted to just like use your gel plate like to stamp and then stamp onto fabric, we might be able to do something like that. But utilizing the gel plate itself, stencils, and then going to fabric.
Yeah, that's...
and you gotta get the timing right. But we do have some videos because we did record it and then I edited it.
But it was a bit of a whip. I love this color. I'm hoping I have more of that in my drawer over here.
Yeah, little pieces of fabric are much easier to work with than, but like, yeah, if you're trying to do t-shirts or larger pieces of fabric, or like when we did the totes turned out so good though.
Yeah, they were really.
I'm kind of sad that we got rid of all. But they went to good people.
They did.
Oh, thank you, Eddie. Thank you, thank you. And look at y'all. Y'all are both on it. I love it. Thank you. There are the links to the various fabric printing, t-shirt, tote bag business. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, it's lovely.
See, okay, we're making backgrounds now. This is not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really serious. I know I make a joke about. Oh, that'll make a pretty background.
That really will.
When you screw something up. But I mean, I really
purposefully making backgrounds.
Purposefully making backgrounds here. All right, now I'm just gonna try something.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. There are links to those videos if you guys want to check those out. They're from a little bit longer ago, but they were edited and yeah, I think they're still pretty darn good videos. We were chuckling about how far we have come just on the streams and the abilities of PM Artist Studio.
Yes. You know, you got to start someplace, and you know, some of those early videos are kind of painful to watch, but you know, you don't get where we are now without those. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'm going to whip some of this gloss glazing liquid out here with my gold. I want this to be extremely smushy. I'm thinking I might even be able to get 2 pulls with this. That's my thought. You know, the gold dries pretty fast, but I'm thinking maybe that will keep it. Should have used my extender one. Oh, well. I think I can make this work.
Oh, well, so, you know, I've been trying to think about that. I mean, I guess I could pull the links as we go and then drop them in the thing. And yeah. No, because we do not make silicone stamps. So we try here to, I mean, of course, okay, because we are not only just PM Artist Studio, like here on the live stream, but because we do manufacture the stencils and the foam stamps, we really try to keep to that as much as possible. And part of that is even just storage. Like,
I'll show you this in a minute, but I'm going to get...
Yeah, and if you right-click it and say open in a new window, then you can have that, or saved in a new, or open in a new tab. That's how I usually do it, like during a live stream or whatever, if I'm watching somebody and I'm like, ooh, I want to, then I open it in a new tab, and then I have it for later.
Now that.
Look at that background.
Super fantastic background. Okay.
You got 36 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to start stamping.
Okay.
But actually what I need for you to do, Mariah, is would you mind cutting paper for me? Because I'd like to have it the size rather than guessing about where it's going to go.
I understand that.
All right, now look at this. See a little bit of that green that was still on there? Well, that might go ahead and do that.
sure.
All right, I'm not quite ready. Just a minute. I got one more.
Okay.
One more
I can
thing
still be
to do.
cutting. Give me the
Yes.
paper. Oh, you want me to cut those papers? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's true.
What?
You can't open a new tab whenever because you're in the app on a phone or an iPad versus on a browser.
Oh, look at that.
Can you hold it down and copy the link? Because then you could paste it to a little notepad. I know that's still tricky on a device, but could be an option. Yes, the airbrush medium, right?
Airbrush medium. Yeah. Okay, this is my gold. And look at it. See it skating around?
Yes.
That means you've got lots of good stuff. I'm going to get lots of
frothing.
No, wind type.
Winding.
Winding. God dang it.
I'm using the wrong side.
Yeah. Rubbing paint all over me. All right, I'm throwing that on the floor. Yeah. That was Dunzer's.
Yes, Marcia. We think that the Floetrol is similar. Yeah. Frothy.
Frothy. Woohoo. Oh, look. I skated that one across this one, so we'll just go ahead and give it another little go.
Oh.
It's looking good. Okay, I don't really like that. We're going to have to fix that. That's just not working at all for me. Okay. Bite the bullet.
Bite the bullet.
Bite the bullet. Just going to go with gold.
Okay. Getting her sparkle on.
Yeah, this is going to be a heavy-duty tag.
I would expect nothing less.
14 layers later.
PM doesn't do puny.
We do not do puny. Puny is not part of my...
It's going to be thick.
Vocabulary.
Yes. Oh, rain puddles, Patty says. Yes, it's very puddly. Puddly.
Okay. Now
I don't know
that's
about
a good
that,
one.
Okay.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
What? Love
okay. Yep. Let's get a little bit more. Airbrush medium. And see if we can pick up some more.
Yeah, that's funny. Hi, Jim.
That did not want to skate around there. I was anticipating it was going to do a bit of skating, but nay, nay. Baron with authority.
And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. If you're watching in the replay, no problem. Let us know down below in the comments. If you have questions, always ask them, please. We will answer them, hopefully in a timely manner. I think we're caught up right now, which is great. But yeah, if you have questions or need some of those links or whatever, I will definitely come back and add them for you. I just sometimes forget. Is really what it comes down to. Hello, Missy Bear.
That's the best one yet. Okay, I'm hating on this one.
You're hating on it?
I'm hating on it, and I've got an idea. This may just absolutely mess everything up, but I don't like it. So That's when you do something experimental. If you have a print and you're like, yeah, well, I don't really like it anyway, so I'm not going to be disappointed if I mess it up. Those are the kind of prints that you want to really, go full on, whole hog.
Yes.
Experimental. And feel good about it.
Yeah. Yes. As Patty said, I was just waiting for Peta for a break there. And then, yes, you can use ink of all sorts with the foam stamps. We have not found any issues so far, and we've now been doing stamps for over a year, right?
Oh, yeah, and I was watching Fran the other day, dear Lord, and I mentioned
and she left paint on them. Don't do that.
We
don't
didn't wash them
it.
off until she got to the very end, and she said they came off fine.
Yeah, we don't recommend that. That stresses
That's Fran's
us out.
experience, but she also can sit there and fiddle fart around
for humidity
20 minutes and pull the most absolutely fantastic prints.
Yeah,
and our paint's not dry, so I don't know what her conditions are there.
But we're sure that
I don't know if she has 2 or 3 humidifiers going on in the background. She has not mentioned that per se.
Right.
But
there you go. And Mo has put the clean care and use of the foam stamp guide in there. Yes. And that actually links on that page, has a video to Eddie.
Ta-da!
Oh, there she goes. 5 layers later.
5 layers later.
This is like that magical dip that somebody brings to the holiday party.
Yeah, never to be repeated.
7-layer dip, isn't that what they call it?
7-layer. Yeah, Mimi used to make that. I think it's kind of a pain in the
wet.
Okay, check it out.
Oh. That's organic crackle.
That's some absolutely fantastic stuff there. All right, I think we're ready. I'm going to have to let this one dry a little bit.
You're ready? Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready.
Now, this is kind of boring, but I think I'm okay with that. Because I want to make my emphasis with my stamping. And I've got to get with it here because I'm running out of time.
Yeah, you got 28 minutes. That ain't a lot of time.
That ain't a lot of time.
Maybe I'll stamp stuff tomorrow. Maybe I will start the book. We can start it. Maybe I can get some things prepped. I know that won't be very fascinating, but maybe we'll talk arty talk or whatever. Y'all let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Or email me or, chat with me about it.
Now, here's what I want. My vision is I want to create the size that I'm supposed to, but I want it to be a fold over.
Of course you do. She likes a fold over. A sandwich and all sorts of things. So what is the size?
Well, it's not bigger than 2.5 by 3.5.
Okay, so. Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you work that out over there, and I'll just get ready with my stamp pads while you're messing about with that. All right, I'm basically going to use 2 stamp pads here.
Oh, you're not. Okay, so let's go.
I don't really know that this is going to make a whole hill of beans difference here, but we're going to say it is.
Okay.
All right, always juice up your pad. Doesn't matter, if you just, did it, but I do mine quite frequently.
So this would be a short one.
That's okay.
Like this, say.
Yeah. Look at that. Ask and ye shall receive. All right, we need some more.
SW. Those are some mighty big. And she used a different word. stamp pads. Yes, she likes them big.
Yeah.
I do not like those big stamp pads. I like those itty bitty ones that like to
Yeah,
apply
she likes to boink them around. Makes my arm tired.
a boinker.
She's a boinker. And, you know, give it a bit of smear. I'm not sure that does all that much good.
It does, actually. I think it does. I
all
really
right.
do.
Well, we're operating under the premise that
yeah,
it does.
that it does. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to shut that one up. Turn it upside down so it can be, you know. I just want to get both of them ready because I don't know which one I want to use.
Right.
But these are, you see this archival ink, and I have not adulterated these other than, you know, maybe don't clean my stamp off real good.
No, they've been, no.
They've
Mo
had
put in the hashtag alter into the,
yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
may
have
be
been.
slightly altered because of not washing your stamp off in between, you know.
Yeah.
Layers or, you know, whatever.
here's it, what's it?
What's it, you know.
You know.
What is, oh, look at that cute little bugger there. And that darling got stuck to the back. Oh, that's so cute. I must put that aside. Now, did I put something on here? Yeah, I did. God. All right. Both stamp pads are juiced up and ready to go.
Okay, here's some ones that you can full. Well, that didn't turn out the way that I thought, did it? My poor little brain. This is a hard
it's
thing.
okay.
For
I
me.
can stamp it and glue it onto something else.
Okay. I don't know about that. There you go.
Okay.
And here's some other things.
Some other things. Okay.
Is that enough for right now, or do you want more?
I don't know. Just keep them coming.
Oh.
It isn't going to take me much to stamp. All right, now that's a lovely size for a little card, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm leaning towards the red on this.
And then they're tall. I think this is the better size because then you fold them 2.5, and then they're the, you know, tag size. That makes more sense. Is what I'm saying.
You know, just
Rather than folding them long.
whatever there, honey.
It's not whatever.
Whatever there, honey.
Don't you know? It is not whatever.
My
The calculations matter.
charm bracelet's inhibiting.
I know, and I'm banging around over here and jingling, and it ain't festive.
Look at that.
Ooh, I love it.
Now, see what I mean? If the background had been all busy and everything, you wouldn't be able to get this. Okay, now. I'm good.
Kim she says, Mariah, I'm nosy. I want to know what work you and your hubby do. You said previous video that you work together all day. Yeah, we do.
They do.
Run. Okay, so like our main business, but it's kind of funny that pretty much PMR Studio has equal footing as our other business. But Brad handles most of the other business, which is website design. We have a development team.
I need you to. I'm sorry.
That is beautiful. The poinsettia right there is the whimsical one. I think it's style 1 of the new stamps from Christy Hartman. But yeah, we do anything like branding, website. We're graphic designers and web designers. Mainly, he runs the team that does the hardcore web designing. But that's what, you know, that's the background, and that's our other main, like, company. So, like, when you see at the bottom of PMR Studio that it is Liquid Fly Designs, that's what that is. That's our main company.
Look, Mariah.
Yes. And we share a small office. There's both tables in there, and, you know, lots of people are very impressed by us being, you know, together and married.
Sister Susie was.
She was just like, it's a lot of togetherness.
Mariah, you're doing an absolutely spot-on job of
Size?
size.
Okay, wonderful. I'm happy to hear that. So Julie, again, the stamp pad itself started out as the vermilion red.
Yeah, and I'm still putting vermilion red on it.
But it has had other things.
Other stamps have been put on it in other colors. That's why I think I'm kind of getting this. You can kind of see on the top part what color it really should be.
Right.
But because it's been mixed in with black, it's more of a burgundy now. And, I can't do anything about that. That's just...
That is what it is.
Is the way it is. I've got to think about this opening like a book. I'm always telling Izzy, she's always stapling the wrong side of her god dang books. I said, you've got to think about this. Child.
Okay, there you go. There's all your pieces that you gave me. And I got little scrappy pieces over here.
Oh, I just think, this is just making my heart sing.
It's, well, and all those colors together, it's just perfect. It's got that, yeah. It's got all the things.
It's just got it all. Now, you have to be careful with these. When you're printing on paper that has paint on it, it takes a little while for it to dry.
A lot of while. Not a little while. A lot of while.
Oh, here, Mariah, you've got to do, these are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're not ready. They're not dry yet. Okay, the really awesome backgrounds.
Darcy said she made a card the other day. It's on the wrong side. It's a left-handed card.
Oh, there you go.
What I usually do, because I love that she's griping about poor Izzy, but this one over here does it all the time. Like with the fold of the card and whatever. I'm like, so what I usually do is I chop it and then I put a new thing on it, go in the, direction.
She does do things like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's try. Although I could do all of these in this stamp. I don't know whose stamp this is, but I absolutely,
as I mentioned before,
love it.
Christy Hartman.
Christy Hartman, this is awesome.
And I'll tell you, if you have her other stamps, you'll notice that
this one.
Well, that's the other new one, but the other flower stamps and the whimsical, with the ribbon.
Oh yeah,
with the ribbon pieces, it's in that same style, so you could mix it up.
Well, I might have to dig those out because I know some of these are kind of mucked up on the inside because yeah, we'll have to deal with that.
Paula wants to know, tell us about your home and how it is divided up for your business and family. Do you guys want like a rundown of a regular day? Let me know in the chat. I'm not just gonna, give it out. Y'all gotta,
Look at that. Oh, I'm just almost in tears. These are so beautiful.
Okay. Okay, day in the life of PM Artist Studio. Okay, so starting out on a Monday morning, because that's just
we have to get up early.
Yeah, during school, we got to get up early, which means, in fact, almost every evening, I, along with Izzy, are asleep by 8:30.
Yeah. I look at the door, and if I can't see light under the door, I know I can't go in.
Yeah. Because sometimes you come in and chit-chat with me about things, and then I'm like, you got to go. It's time for you to go.
It's time.
Because I am serious about this, because it makes life so much better. We get up, then I get up at anywhere, it's usually like right around 6 a.m. Come get Brad if he isn't already awake, because he usually falls asleep in the meeting room, and a lot of times the reason that is because that's where he sleeps, because he snores and he has a CPAP machine thing, and it's just easier. And a lot of times during the week, and if there's big projects going on, he's up until 2 or 3 in the morning talking to our developer team and dealing with all of that. And it's disruptive to me and my sleep. And that is important.
Mariah's very sensitive.
Very sensitive.
I could have elephants go across the end of my bed.
Yeah, like you could turn on the lights, the band comes through.
Where'd that blue crap come from?
So yeah, that's the morning business. Brad makes the coffee. I make Izzy's snack for the day. She likes to eat at school, so that's that. And we have to, if we walk, we have to leave by 6:42 in the morning. But it's starting to get cool, and it's been raining a lot lately, so we've been driving. So then we have to leave here by 6:50-ish. to make it
And
there.
that's because our child is very social. She likes to hang out in the cafeteria.
She likes to be there when the doors open. And so that's what she does. And then she's at school. While she is at school, what we usually are doing is Brad handles stuff in the morning as far as like, liquid fly design stuff and taking his classes and learning things with some of the other things that he's trying to, learn how to do. Along with then if we have orders, we print those out. He gets ready for the stamps. We make lists. He gets those going on the laser printer while I am then, watching things and getting ready for my day, going through emails, answering things that you guys have done or emailed about, looking at the orders, kind of getting an idea of what we're going to be doing. And then we just start running the machines, cutting the stencils while we're doing like other work things. And then if it's kind of at the beginning of the month, I am processing and getting those files ready and then making sure that they are uploaded into Cricut. And usually by that time, and then that's, so like on a Monday though, I get what I can get done, then we come and stream. By the time we end up, in the stream at noon, we go to lunch. A lot of times Brad and I go out to lunch because it's kind of our time to get out of the house. And then if we have orders ready, we take those to the post office. And it's kind of like that's normally the rhythm, other than like on the days that we stream in the afternoon. We try to get as much of that stuff done prior to that because, then by the time we're done basically having lunch, come back, do a few more things, go pick up Izzy, bring her back home. And then on certain days, she goes to gymnastics. So then we have to get her, a nice snack because she's usually starving after school.
Yeah, let me tell you what.
In between all of that, we're running and cutting stencils and stamps. That's kind of the rundown of it.
Yes. And I should say, I roll out of bed about noonish. Sometimes. It depends. Here lately, I've been getting up earlier. You notice I didn't worry about cleaning that stamp off because it's black.
Okay, let me find that, y'all. Sorry.
I took that other paper away because I was afraid it was going to contaminate the back part because it was not dry. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at those details. I'm telling you what, Brad. I mean, it's a wonderful design.
Christy Hartman.
Wonderful design. But the thing is, the person who is running the machine to make that into...
Yeah, we did have to... that one did get a second run at it because we had to fatten up some of the lines. Because, see, there's some alteration that has to happen. And we don't... it's nothing in particular we can gauge because it really varies depending on the design. You can't say, oh, well, I know because that's next to that this is going to happen. It isn't... There's more finesse to it than just a straight up, hey, if it's this, it's this.
All right, I'm going to use the other part of this just because it's so fantastic. And I think it'll be okay. It's kind of an abstract.
A little loppy.
But look at those, look at that detail in that stamp.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. Well, I'm getting my tags done here.
You are. You're rocking it.
Has Liz, has she checked in with us today? She's in Ireland, so
yeah, she was here. I think she's still here. Liz.
Hey, Liz. You see,
I know she was earlier.
You're going to be getting some of these. I forgot how many we're supposed to send, but obviously I can send more than I've got a few. I know that I'm overusing this stamp because I just love it so much.
And she like it. She like it. Okay. It has been made live. Sorry. It was still in draft mode. There you go.
Now, you might think that's upside down, but it's not. It's a hanger.
It's a drooper.
A drooper.
Some are troopers. Some are troopers.
Yeah, I always have some of
Some are
those.
party poopers.
And sometimes all of the above.
Yeah. Don't be a drooper and a party pooper.
I'm just, I knew I would love this mucked about gold.
I love that y'all are interested in that. Like, I don't know. As I was kind of going on with the, what our daily thing is, I'm just like, I don't know how interesting that is.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, I'm going to come back to this one because I haven't used it much. I just look at that center part of that.
That looks fabulous.
Hey, if we reach our 10,000 giveaway, we can make little packets of these. Because, I mean, I'm going through these like,
Yeah.
I mean, boom, boom.
Now, Kim.
What?
I'm not answering that.
I can't read that because my eyes are not focused on. I mean, I can read it, but I just look at that. Isn't that just? And the thing about this is these are simple enough that the paper that you create or use, could just be like plain gold paper, plain green paper.
Oh, yeah.
These would just be lovely with any combination of plain paper. Now, I don't know. You might be able to mix it up with some.
Hi, Kathy. No worries. But you need to go back. Watch this one. This is a fun one. Lots of different things kind of happening. He's making tags
I'm
for the tag swap.
For the tag swap.
And if you're coming in late and you don't know what that is, well, it's too late to sign up for the tag swap this time. But we do swaps. But
I think we should do another round of this one. Who's in charge? Becky?
Becky, you can tell her no.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could do another one for December, because if we did them early, you could
mean run
another round of tags. Hey, I'm just making a suggestion.
I know she does that.
You can just blow it off, and
you can totally do that.
Totally, and it won't hurt my feelings at all.
She'll forget about it anyway.
Yeah,
just don't bring it up again.
I do remember some things.
She does. Then it was real important. I do that with Izzy too.
If it's on the spinny cart, and I write it down.
Brad and I, we'll do that with Izzy. We're like, well, if she remembers, then we'll do it. But if she doesn't, we're not going to talk about it anymore.
Hey, and it's worked so far.
It has. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, see, she says, don't rain on her parade there. She just swaps planned. She didn't say that. I'm just saying that. She has swaps planned all the way through December 2025.
Good Lord.
Next November is gift tags again. And she takes her job seriously.
She does. She makes...
And it's a hard job.
It is a hard job, and she makes... What do you call those kind of things?
Spreadsheets.
Thank you. I mean, I do know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're this thing, and they have lots of lines, and then they have a category over here, and then this one up and down up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what they are.
She is organized. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that gorgeous? Look
Love
at
it.
that.
That's why I wanted to get these poinsettias out, because I knew that, like, if we could get them out before, like, the big rush of Christmas business. I mean, I guess really technically we're behind all of the stores and whatnot, because, I mean, they were like, it wasn't even Halloween, and they were, the Halloween stuff was in the clearance aisle, and Christmas was moving in.
Absolutely disgusting. Just...
Jim wants to know, would you use the tissue paper you're stamping on? Oh, heck yes, you will.
Most probably. Yeah, this is not tissue. It's the deli paper, but yeah. It works like a charm.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I've even got it down here. It's going through. Look at that.
Okay, Kathy says, question regarding a short made of a poll that was a month ago. Where is the link below in that short video? So usually if I have a short that goes to a particular video in the short, because when you're on that feed, there should be a little section there that links to a video. But if there isn't one, then that usually means that it is either like further back or I couldn't, I couldn't isolate the video that it went to. Sometimes that happens. Or I feel like it's sort of bait and switchy because some people don't realize, like, I don't know where to drop you in on a whole video sequence when y'all know sometimes these prints happen like over a very long period of time. It's a
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Mariah, I'm glad you're talking because what I'm doing is I'm moving all of these wet ones off of my paper.
That is just crazy, Carrie. Crazy.
All right, Mariah, can you chop these two for me? I've got time. Oh, no, I don't.
You got 4 minutes. I don't think you've got time.
I don't think I've got time. All right.
That really is beautiful. You should hold that up in the thing and just ooh and ah at that for a few more minutes. Because you came quick because it was needing to dry. Like, yeah, it was very wet, but it's dry now. That stuff does dry quickly. The airbrush medium is a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one to end on, isn't it? Now, I'm going to start throwing my little taggies out here for everybody to see them.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I wasn't keyed in on that. I just kind of know that the couple times we went up to the Walmart, it was sort of like that it was like still the Halloween stuff was kind of out, but most of it was being moved to that center end aisle thing, not in the main holiday section, and they'd already rolled in the Christmas stuff. That looks really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm very proud of this because a lot of times, and see, it did go through, but I'm going to wipe it up and it'll be fine. Maybe, kind of, sort of.
And Jim, what were you asking? Because I know you were asking a question, but I don't understand.
If you get to that right away, you can get it up, but.
Yeah, it does start to. I have some spots on my desk downstairs that, like, if I got off, and takes a while for it to come up.
It do. Oh, and here, and I can just use this side. All right.
Yeah, I use the hand sanitizer usually to try to get it up. Sometimes it takes a few times.
I just love these pale aqua. I'm going to make some more of those.
We were all on the same.
That's good. I mean, aren't they just gorgeous?
Oh, to and from foam stamps.
Oh, I'm just going to do some calligraphy.
Yeah, she wouldn't use stamps anyway.
No.
But no, we don't. Not yet.
Well, we have the ones for ATCs.
From Becky.
From Becky. Oh, this is the...
You could calligraphy something, and then if you do it in black and white, then I can make it into a stamp. Or if you just do it in your handwriting, but please use the fat Sharpie. Like you did for the Maker's Mantra. Because that's P's handwriting. The Maker's Mantra stamp.
Am I getting these in the right spot?
Yes, you're perfect.
Kind of curling up a little bit on me here.
They'll lay flat after they
will. I'll smush them. All right, look at that. I didn't count them.
I didn't know.
But look how many you can do in a very short amount of time. And, I just think the whole thing about gift giving and personalizing the packaging. I'll tell you who is absolutely Mo is like
primo. And Penka.
And Penka.
And Christy Hartman.
And Christy Hartman.
And Eddie. And actually just about every one of y'all that have ever sent us something. I mean, it is impressive.
I mean, it's so impressive. Liz sent me all of this stuff and it's all individually labeled and packaged. And
I got to open mine. And I need to get
it. Yes, because we haven't. It has been so crazy. I don't know why, but
it just feels like we're always running around.
Yes, fast and furiously. And I've been watching dog videos. I'm kind of taking a break from all that other stuff. I was very happy to watch Caesar last night. He's so wonderful.
I highly recommend, again, French chateaus.
French chateaus.
I just love that whole, like, people taking old things and making them beautiful again. And just, I love it. And I would like to buy a chateau, but it seems very expensive. Well, actually, the whole thing is that a lot of those places are very cheap. But what it takes to get it back to something that you would want to live in,
it's a money pit.
It's a money pit. It's just a labor of love.
And we need to win the lottery.
And then some.
Yeah.
I think it's even more than that.
Because I just can't. If we're going to move overseas, we're going to have to take all of this with us.
But I really want a chateau. I want to say that I live in
Why don't we just get a big boat?
I don't want to be on the water. That's a lot of maintenance and other things. And
yeah, but we could buy like an old...
No, if I'm going to... Sorry, we're running over time. This is a very important conversation. Hold on. If I'm going to be living on a boat, it needs to be like the big cruise ship.
Yeah.
Like big one, because even remember the last one we went on, I was still feeling it, and I was like, "Ooh." But I guess you get over that.
That might be kind of hard to find a birthing spot, at ports.
Birthing spot?
Birth where they.
I was like, I'm not having any more babies. Who's having babies? What? Especially on a boat.
I think you call it a birth. A BERTH or BIR. No,
that's regular birth.
BEART. I don't know how you spell it.
Give it wide berth is what she's saying.
Yes. That kind.
All right, my Arty friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us once again. This has been the Sunday stream. That's a good times. I will be back here. I have some happy mail to open tomorrow. If you have suggestions of other things, otherwise maybe I make some tags and use some of the other stamps and things. I don't know. You never know. Tomorrow makes Monday tomorrow. That's what we do. We'll see you back then. In the meantime, love you like a long haul. Bye, guys.
Wow, that went fast. Fast.